Revenge films.
My name's Thomas Smith. I'm a 26-year-old office employee. Just the other day, I had a wedding with my colleague and fiancée named Carol, but at the after party, something shocking happened. I'm going to kiss the bride! The person who said that was our senior colleague, Chad. We were familiar with him from before, because the three of us would often go drinking together after work. However, it felt very out of line to say that at an after party of a wedding. That being said, Chad already seemed very drunk, and perhaps he was getting carried away by seeing his junior colleagues so happy together. I responded like it was just a joke. Ah, come on, wait a minute. We just had our wedding ceremony a few hours ago.
I'm okay with it, though.
My eyes opened wide, and I did a double take to Carol. I mean, she should have tried to brush it off straight away, but instead, she seemed all for it as she and Chad locked eyes. Everyone around us was already pretty drunk at the after party, and they were egging them on. I immediately tried to stop the two of them, but I was a second too late, and Carol's lips were stolen by Chad right in front of my eyes. Not only that, but they started to get into it and were repeatedly French kissing. What the hell are you doing? Who'd actually do that?
What are you so mad about? This is just a joke.
What do you mean this is just a joke? We literally just finished our wedding a few hours ago. I don't think I was in the wrong here. Everyone around us must not have expected that they would actually kiss, so they were shocked too. Chad and Carol were clearly in the wrong here. However, they both had guilt-free faces, and Chad said, "Hey now, you're getting pissed off, and that's why everyone's so shocked. Read the room."
Overseas, it's just like a greeting. Why are you so mad?
I'm gonna say this so there's no misunderstanding. Even overseas, nobody kisses on the lips unless they're lovers, especially not with tongue. So that was some trouble that happened on the day of the wedding. But everyone around me tried to cheer me up, and that moment was able to pass. But that incident definitely created an uneasy feeling inside of me that wasn't going to easily go away. And thanks to that, for about a month after the wedding, our first few weeks of newlywed life were strained. But I vowed to be with Carol for the rest of my life. And if we left things this awkward, then it would affect the rest of our married life. That's why I grit my teeth and suppressed my anger, and I tried to forget what happened that day. But about 2 months later, I discovered that Carol was cheating on me. And with none other than that Chad. When Chad had a sales meeting outside, every time he would pass by our apartment building, he was building up a body count with Carol. The reason I realized their relationship was when I found Chad's employee ID on the floor of our bedroom. In the beginning, Carol denied the affair, but then why don't you try explaining why his employee ID wasn't in any other room but the bedroom? I cornered her with questions, and she quickly broke down. I mean, we were renting a house, and our bedroom was on the second floor, so there was definitely no excuse she could come up with. So, how long have you two been doing this?
Since about 3 days after the wedding. After Chad and I kissed, we both got really into it, and...
According to Carol, Chad was a better kisser than she imagined, and she got butterflies from it. Pardon me for being such a bad kisser then.
But it's only physical. You're the only person I love, Thomas.
I can't believe a word you're saying. I'm sorry, but I can't continue things with you. Please, get out of this house. Of course, Carol tried to resist, but I refused to listen, and I sent her back to her parents' house. We agreed to discuss the divorce when things calmed down a little bit, and that's how we ended the discussion. But that Sunday, I hadn't even called her, and Carol showed up back at the house. Not only that, but with Chad standing beside her. Why are you here? I really don't want to see your faces outside of work. Don't say that. Listen to what we have to say. I want to marry Carol. So Thomas, will you please break up with her? Huh? What are you saying? Is your brain okay? Hey Carol, why don't you tell him?
I also want to start over with Chad. I'm sorry, Thomas.
I was starting to wonder if we were on the same planet. Just a few days ago, didn't she say,
You're the only person I love.
"Excuse me?" Then why didn't you say that when we talked about it?
But I could see the blood boiling through your eyes, so...
It's understandable that you would be mad, but if you're going to be angry, then don't be mad at Carol, but make it at me. What? Why are you trying to act like the victim? You're both in the wrong here.
What was I supposed to do? I can't help how I feel about Chad.
If you're a man, then just give it up already. Sorry. Well, it's truly amazing. I didn't know if humans could be this self-centered. Seeing the two of them like this, I was so over it that I didn't even have the energy to yell at them. After I kicked them both out, I spent the entire day without even turning the lights on, in a daze at home. But about 2 to 3 days later, the anger started to boil inside of me, and I got the idea to get some kind of revenge against them. First, I went to the HR director of our company, and I told him everything about my conversation with Carol and Chad. Our company took its reputation from their clients as a top priority, so as soon as they found out, Chad was relegated to the manufacturing department, way out in the suburbs. When he was given the transfer order, I think he said, "You snitched, didn't you? Why are you insisting on getting in the way of me and Carol's happiness?" Whether you two end up together or not is none of my business, but I think you need to take responsibility for what you did. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any balance, right? No matter what you do, it won't change me and Carol's connection. What a shame for you that you had your beloved wife stolen right in your own bed sheets. I had nothing more to say, and I was finally able to cut ties. I sued the both of them for $10,000 each, and that should have been the end of the whole incident. However, about 1 year after Chad was relegated to the suburbs, I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. When I opened the front door, a terribly exhausted-looking Carol was standing there. "Didn't you follow Chad and run off with him? Why'd you come here?"
I came here today to apologize to you. I will try. Please, start over with me.
Of course. I had absolutely no intention of having any relationship with Carol, but I let her talk. After Chad was relegated to the outskirts with no possibility of a promotion, apparently he became self-destructive and was drowning himself in alcohol every day. However, that wasn't all. Every time Chad would get drunk, he would lay hands on Carol. "This is all your fault that I ended up like this! When I look at your negative face, it makes the drinks taste worse!" He'd say these things to her, and then eventually, he stopped going to work, and in the end, he was fired. While Carol was talking, the doorbell rang once again. On the other side of the front door was a completely broken-looking Chad. "I knew you would be here! You better hurry up and come back!"
Stop, no!
I wouldn't have minded just watching Chad grab Carol by the hair and drag her around, but I probably wouldn't have been able to sleep at night if they left like this. I called 911 so that Chad didn't notice, and I just gave my name and address and left the phone on. "Wait a minute, Chad! Calm down a little! You'll scare the neighbors!" "Shut up! Don't tell me to calm down when this is where we are!" I tried to keep talking and buy time. I'm sure they could hear Carol screaming through the phone, and that they would be able to grasp the situation. Just as I predicted, within 5 minutes, there were police sirens outside the building, and 2 police officers rushed in and held Chad down. "You bastard! You're ruining my life again!" "You only got yourself to blame for your life, but good for you. Now you'll be able to fix your alcoholism in jail." Chad kept yelling something at me after that, but he was immediately shoved into the police car, and I couldn't really hear him anyway. But honestly, I had no interest in hearing his cries anymore.
Thank you. Now, you and I can start over without anybody getting in our way, right?
Don't get it twisted. I just wanted to see him get taken down. You're telling me that you want me to start over with you, who betrayed me 3 times within the first 3 months of our marriage? Yeah, right. I had to force Carol out of my apartment and lock the front door. I later heard through the grapevine that after that, Carol went into a depression and was admitted to a mental hospital. Her new husband, Chad, was living behind bars, and her last resort, that was me, boldly denied it. And that was the last straw. Well, for both Chad and Carol, I'm sure it'll be hard for them to return to any sort of decent life after this. For me, it was quite the crazy married life. But I think it may have been a blessing in disguise that I was able to get divorced before the wounds would have been deeper. Anyway, I hope the next woman that I meet isn't so self-centered, because I can't let another joke turn into a full-blown affair. Ever again.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.